I'll try and speed it up.
Good morning. Good morning. This is Resolve and Succeed Mastermind Group on October 7th, 19. Yeah, I am tired. 2016. And we're here for another lively hangout. And Catherine was just telling us about an opportunity that she found out about this week. So we're going to let her go ahead and tell us about that. So Catherine, go ahead.
I think it's a great opportunity. It's sort of like what we're doing, but it's another area of what we're doing. It's dealing with Amazon, not something I've ever done before. He has a Christmas card, a yard Christmas card, and it's just a picture of something that you might see and get in the mail, but it's blown up to 4 by 8 feet.
Wow.
It's on high quality vinyl that I haven't seen yet, but it's very flexible, and it's really 4.5 by 8.5 feet, so a half of a foot on all 4 sides. The piece of plywood. We've also decided on having a second size, which I think is going to be 2 by 6. But I believe a different picture. We won't be shipping the wood, we'll just be shipping the picture. And really what I've spent a great deal of time doing this week is trying to figure out shipping cost. I needed to know the weight of a 4 by 8 sheet. And that seems easy enough, but what I had was the weight of a whole roll. And I had the dimensions of a roll. My thing. I think as of this morning, I have finally figured out that it's 4 by 4 pounds or 4.4 pounds. But I have now sent off all my work to somebody else who I think is better at math than I am to confirm what I think. And then the other thing I've had issues with this week is trying to find the tube online without having to go to FedEx, which is actually a 20-minute drive for me. UPS and our post office is really just a 10-hour drive the other way.
Wow.
But I thought I could figure all this out online, and I have failed at that also. So today, when this is over, I will be running to all 3. What I need is I need to know the weight of the tube that will hold the product rolled up. I'm also waiting for the people who will be manufacturing the product to get back to me and tell me the dimension product. So my tube is big enough. And then I can figure out long enough. That's really what I've been doing all week. I've been trying to read a lot of stuff about Amazon and figure it out. I started creating the account and then backed off because one of the things it said was they sometimes get to choose shipping and handling, and that it doesn't always cover the cost. I thought, okay, then that means I have to know exactly what shipping and handling is to know the price set on the item. So if you're not going to let me cover the cost in shipping and handling, then I have to cover the cost in the price of the product. Stopped with the account was I need a picture of the item on a white background. And he's got lots of pictures of this thing in his yard, but it's all dark. It's night outside and there's light shining on it and it's beautiful. And we can have all those pictures there for you to see. Something on a white background. So he has to get it out of his attic, and it also says you ought to do professional pictures. We can't afford that, so my plan is to hook up a white sheet on the wall of his garage and a white sheet on the floor, put this thing on top of it, and photograph it on a white background. See how that works.
So I don't quite understand, what is the opportunity? Is it just selling this particular product on Amazon?
Yes. I will be setting it up, and I will be managing it, manufacturing it. I will probably also be doing the shipping and handling, although I keep telling them I think you can put it in the tube where you make it. You can bring me the tube, I can put labels on it, but you're going to bring me rolled up pieces? How are they going to stay rolled up? Just put them in the tube, but they haven't figured that out yet. So
are you offering like affiliate positions in this, or I still don't understand the opportunity part?
The opportunity is the amount of money that is possible to make on Amazon with little or no advertising expense, because Amazon has its own traffic. And it is Christmas. It's almost Christmas. People are buying Christmas decorations. When you asked me to help them figure out how to market this, I really was going down the same path that I've been going on, that you guys have helped me get to, which is I can throw you together a business Facebook page. I can get you a domain. I can create you a website, and we'll start with $5 a day on Facebook for advertising, which will decide to see all of the wonderful things you have done, and then people will know, like, and trust you, and then you send them to Amazon, where they find your product and buy it. That was all I had. Then I started, and I didn't have Amazon at that point either. He asked for more. So I just started trying to figure out, okay, how do you sell a Christmas yard ornament? And I just started Googling stuff, and Amazon came up. And it looked awesome. The possibilities are awesome.
Catherine, I know quite a fair amount about it, but a friend of mine actually is selling on Amazon now, and Amazon is the best and fairest place to deal with. They're really, really good for their customers, and they're good for you, but they're also, you have to be really, really careful. Make sure that what you put on there is totally accurate, because if you get blackballed, you never get in again. Also, one of the cheapest places, they have their special shipping is going to cost you a lot less. Again, yes, you have to be very careful to make sure that if the amount that they collect for shipping isn't enough, you have to make sure you make it in the price. But I can tell you, it's the best. It is the best place to deal with for something like that.
Is she making a lot of money, your friend, on her product?
He's starting. He's starting to. He broke even a couple of months ago, and now he's starting to make profit.
You know, this whole thing could be a bust, and I will have wasted valuable time that I should have been spending on what I was doing when this came up. But I stuck my nose in because I was trying to help a friend. And then the more I found out, this is not the kind of gig that, you know, he's a salesperson. He wants to go around and knock on your door and sell you a sign. Doors, hotels, and churches. He likes to do church signs. And the whole idea of putting this together was not something he was capable of doing. So he asked me, how can you help me? And I didn't think I could at first. But then I started looking at the price of manufacturing this item, so I know if we can make money with it or not. And we can. Substantial amount of money. So that's when I got excited. Take off of this, and it is Christmas. People, I went out and searched on Amazon. There's already boatloads of stuff out there about Christmas, stuff for sale. Any money I make doing this, I can spend on advertising above and beyond my $5 a day on Facebook. You know, I would like to go back to the eyeballs guys and, you know, give them $500 and get an 80% opt-in rate, which I did with Project Breakthrough. Although at that point in time, I wasn't smart enough to know I needed to keep emailing them. I just didn't understand why I got an 80% opt-in rate and nobody or almost no one bought anything. I didn't get it. So I'm smarter now. I feel bad for all these people who say.
Let me also
What?
say, Catherine, it is a lot of work. Okay, so it's going to cut in substantially. Now, I was the one who got my friend into it. I told him there was this course coming on how to make money on Amazon, and we both went. He signed up, and then I was able to go for the whole 3-day course with him. And we were talking about considering going in together, but I just felt that it was, along with everything else that's happening, it's too much for me to go into it. I guess I need to spend a little more time than the average person with the tech in here, tech that's involved in all the stuff we're doing. So for me, it wasn't a good idea. I did try selling something, and you have to be constantly checking to make sure you're there and that your stuff is showing and that your price is the price range where they're going to sell. If somebody else is going to put it lower than you, well, theirs is going to sell. But it does take quite a bit of studying. I would suggest that just listen to your heart. Go into your heart and see how it feels about this venture.
It feels good. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spent this week because I really have put my other thing on a back burner this week, to the point that this morning, because I did have to be up at 5:45, I went back for this meeting to start looking at what I was doing. And the last thing, I didn't even remember. And the last thing I did was share and critiqued and gave me things to do. I finished making those changes. That's as far as I got. I was supposed to figure out pixels this week. Garen even gave me some videos. I haven't done any of that. So I felt bad. I even considered not showing up here today because I didn't have anything. I didn't really do much.
No.
But then when you get here, you suddenly discover you do have something to say.
I wasn't sure I was going to share this or not. I didn't know if I should share it. I didn't know, but I did, and I'm glad I did. And now I know if I can ask you a question, maybe. It is a lot of work. It has consumed my week. Just figuring out what one sheet of 4.5 by 8.5 vinyl, so I can calculate shipping, has taken me days because of the math involved.
Well, if you're considering having it fulfilled by Amazon, which you don't have to package it, then you have to be very, very careful about the size of it as far as how much they charge you to keep it in their warehouse.
Initially, we won't have to worry about
They
that.
were
I will
going to
have
make
to
a
be
bargain.
shipping it
Huh?
because we're not going to go produce a great deal of content or a great deal of product yet.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see if it sells, and then when it sells, then he will produce it. And he just has to drive to St. Louis and stick in the vinyl, and it prints. Let it dry and roll it up. Ultimately, if this does work, then he has, I've only seen the Christmas one, but he has an Easter one and a 4th of July one and a Halloween one. Halloween, but we're going to start with Christmas. And if this works, then I will do it for his other 3 holidays. And then some of the money that is made from these sales can be set aside. Granted, it's his money, so he'll have to agree with this, but so you can go in and buy the product you need to make the product. We can create a bunch of pieces, ship it off to Amazon, let them ship it, because just shipping it from here is going to be overwhelming, I think. Getting it in the tubes, rolling it up, you want to be selling 10 a day, but that's a lot to roll up. That's a lot to ship, labels to print, driving it to wherever it's going to go. Can I get them to pick it up? How much more does that cost? So that's kind of been what this week is about, trying to figure out the gigs.
Yeah, so that's wonderful, Catherine. if I may share some perspectives with you, how I think you can kind of leverage your time. You're in a kind of crunch time because you're trying to get this out by Christmas. Some of the things that and wait, maybe I'll start off by saying, I wouldn't say it that, this may, before you even get started, this may be a bust.
That sounds like your conversation with me after our last meeting here.
what you're gonna learn from this whole experience is gonna just support you in everything else you do online. You're gathering information, experience. You're gonna know stuff that we don't know about, and we're gonna come to you as the resource. So be open to that. And again, now, as we're doing in our own marketing, we think about leverage. So how can you leverage? Hire 1 or 2 high school students to come in and roll up those tubes for you. A fit margin. You stuff
That's a good idea.
into it. The poster out of the attic in photo, if you know already of it, but it's got whatever, to go wipe that out and then touch up the photo.
Garen,
So, yes.
Garen, you're breaking up really bad.
Yes.
Can you kind of start over a little bit, because you're like every other word is coming through.
Every word's getting broken up. Your words were breaking up too. How is it now?
That's better.
Okay, I unplugged my earbuds and plugged it back in. So where are we? What did you hear? I'm just basically figure out ways to leverage. That's not gonna work, because after talking with you, Catherine, it sounds like you got much more involved now than just setting up an ad campaign. Now you're going to be involved in shipping, and you're doing all of this. So, find out ways that you can leverage where you can spend more time maybe doing your target research on who you're going to put this in front of, or how you're going to do that, and have people hire people out, maybe Fiverr to do, hey, we need the background whited out on this, cost you $5.
That's a great idea.
So I don't know what you have available, but I think what you have workable. And, one thing you might consider doing, if you can just ship it out of where you're at, you're doing a small run, right? A test run. I can see so many possibilities. Once you get this sign out, you can pre-frame people. Hey, we've got Easter. We've got 4th of July signs, right? You can start Facebook local ads. When I write this down, I've shared it before. It's Perpetual Traffic Podcast at Dominate Web Media. They have an episode, I think it's episode 61, where these 3 people that host the show tell how they'd spend $100, their first $100 on Facebook advertising. One of the guys spends $1 million per month on Facebook advertising.
Wow.
So they're sharing how to spend $100. One of them is for local businesses like yours. One of the ideas is you give them an irresistible offer. You give free shipping on that yard card, something like that. Hey, we're just, we got a special offer here, free shipping, and you cover that all on your breakage points. You kind of what is it? You know what your spread of profit is. You just take a little bit of that and then put it into these other areas. The profit margin you want.
Catherine, there's another idea, is checking into making magnetic signs for cars, trucks, because a lot of people are, friend at the company I went into, she's only been in a month, and she's already got a sign, magnetic sign on her vehicle, advertising her company, and it's actually a good place of advertising. So, I mean, this sign thing could be really exciting, and I think that the checking into making the magnetic signs for vehicles could be very lucrative as well.
Maybe. I do have a question for y'all. My salary. I've been playing with that this week, trying to figure out, and once I realized there actually is money to be made here, and other than manufacturing the sign, I will be doing it all. So kind of what I've talked to him about, first of all, he has a very small thinking pattern for this. I keep telling him, think big, it's Amazon. Think 10 a day. You know, can you sell how many a day? It's Amazon, for heaven's sakes. The world is your market right now. So I think how I have it set up is if we sell 500 or less, I get 10%. If we sell 1,000, then on that second 500, I get 20%. Actually, I think what I ended up saying was all up to 2,000, I get 20%. Anything over 2,000, I get 30%, because now we're playing with really big numbers. Can't even fathom. Do you think that that's being greedy?
When you're talking about the amount of interest, the amount that you're getting percentage, is it a percentage of the sales or a percentage of the net profit?
Profit. Just profit.
Net profit?
Not sales, just profit.
What's the net profit on one item?
If I have guesstimated shipping, and I'm still trying to calculate the real cost of shipping, it's about $75 for a 4x8 sheet, manufacturing and shipping and handling, and that's with very little spent on advertising, because when I started this out, it was $5 a day on Facebook. But what I've been reading about Amazon is you don't really have to spend money on advertising. Amazon has its own traffic at first, but my daughter said, you know, I'm thinking that she's probably normal for people today and I'm not, because the whole thought of having to check Facebook every day on my own timeline and scroll through and see what people are saying, not my gig. She does that every night when she's going to sleep. She scrolls through Facebook, checks Amazon for the deal of the day. I couldn't believe it. You do this every day? Oh yeah, it's just part of how I go to sleep at night. So I'm hoping the whole world is like her and not like me. And they actually check Amazon every day for the deal of the day. And search for Christmas decorations. We will be under yard or outside decorations. Not that much figured out.
I would, Catherine, I would encourage you to use Facebook. Now think about this. You're leveraging the traffic on Amazon itself. There are 1 billion people on Facebook. 4 times a day, 40 to 50 minutes per time that are on Facebook. You can leverage that and drive people directly to the buy page on Amazon. You just put the call to action button in your ad going to Amazon.
What I was going to do was kill the website idea, and because I have a lot of pictures of great signs, from yard signs to vote for this guy to electronic signs on streets up in the air.
Yeah, that sounds like a better idea. Send them to somewhere where they get value. They see what he does, and then you maybe capture an email, right?
Do I
For a
put
discount or
that
maybe
info
free shipping.
on Facebook, or do I put that info on a web page, send it from Facebook to the web page and the web page to Amazon?
Yeah, you're putting that strategy of what we're doing with our funnels, right? We're sending them somewhere else. So you just implement the same strategy and then have
Yeah, I learned that
whatever.
somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Another thing that Amazon has is like I've purchased some pieces of electronic equipment for my phone, my camera, and everything. And you go in there, and you have no idea if that piece is actually going to work with your Kindle or whatever it is. So you put a question in there, being precise on what exactly you got and will this piece work with it. And other customers will answer you and tell you whether it works or not.
Awesome.
So you've got this wonderful help that comes, and you'll find people will question you, like somebody's phoned me or emailed me and said, I see you bought such and such a thing, and what, will it work for this or will it work for that? And so everybody becomes part of the advertising, everybody becomes part of the support. It is a really good way of going, just as long as you're aware it will be a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm starting to figure that out. I think once it's set up and it's working, then it more becomes a routine. You know
That's
what?
right.
We're selling 2 a day. We're selling 10 a day, and this is what it takes to get it created in Missouri, get it brought over to me, get a label put on it. All of those things will be cumbersome at first because I've never done it before, but then once figure it out, then it's more like I think a routine will come. The fun part for me will be going to Amazon and checking the statistics and looking at that. Maybe Garen's idea of hiring a high school kid or something to do all that shipping and handling stuff, drive it to the post office.
Catherine?
Yeah.
Why can't they do all that where they're manufacturing the vinyl? Why can't you have a place there that wraps it up and puts it in the tube and puts the labels on it? It doesn't make sense that you're going to have to pay shipping to ship it to you for you to do that process, and then you have to ship it out from there. You're paying double shipping.
Well, they won't ship it to me. The person who this idea belongs to, his name is Dale. He has an office at this sign company in Missouri. Employee of them, but he will bring them business. He's an older gentleman now. He's not climbing up poles anymore. That done. So being affiliated with a larger sign company means that he can bring work to them. They make money. He still makes money. So
why can't they ship it out? It doesn't make sense to ship it from the place it's being manufactured to somebody else and then
ship from there, but Dale will have to go get it. He will go over there and say, or I need 100, and they will make them, and then they will bring them here. What I'm trying to figure out, I don't know the answer to yet, is how are you going to get to even 10 by 8.5 foot pieces of vinyl here? I mean, I think that's even bigger than the pickup truck. So, and it's really fine vinyl, as I understand it, because it just bends over the wood. I haven't seen it yet. I'm recommending that they have to roll it up there, and if necessary, then Dale can take me over there, and I will help them roll it up and put it in a tube. And then I can haul all the tubes back here and print labels for them. Print the labels and take them with me and go over there. But it isn't all figured out yet. That is obvious.
You know what
but
your
I do keep
turnaround?
saying,
You know what your turnaround time is that you can, you know, ships with, usually it'll say ships within a week, ships within 2 days. What's your turnaround time?
a turnaround time could be 24 hours. I'm looking at the price of 1, 2, and 3 day shipping. And then I've looked at FedEx, UPS, and the post office. There's even like a 7 day shipping at one of them. So I'm trying to calculate the price on the different levels of shipping. 24 hours might be pushing it today because we don't have an inventory. It's an inventory. We're going to start with an Amazon account and get orders and then print them right then.
Well,
because we'll be able to do that. It's not like we're standing in line. It's a $30,000 machine that they purchased and they don't use. That's how Dale got the idea. All he has to do is pay for the roll of vinyl that it prints on. This is the kind of vinyl that it goes on signs that are outside. And I know nothing about printing, so I can't say
so
it again, please.
it's not going to be an issue if you want 10 to only have 10 printed because the machine's just sitting there not being used. Is that the case?
Yeah.
And then who does
It's a $30,000 machine that they thought they were going to get business and use, and they lost that business. It's been sitting there for over a year, and it's almost never used. And the person that does a lot of the other kind of printing at the sign shop will do the printing. All I have to do is call and say, we need 10, and Dale will go get them, ship them. That sounds a little more simplistic than it will be. Dale really will have to drive over there. And then there's that thing I keep trying to tell them, we need to put them in tubes there.
Okay, are you guys in the same town?
Dale is actually right down the street. We both live in Mitchell, but the sign shop is in Missouri. It's driving distance. I mean, it's his office. It's where he goes every day. But we're in Illinois, about 3 miles from the river, which separates Illinois from Missouri. St. Louis is right across the river, so that's the part of Illinois we're at. St. Louis, Missouri is right across the river and slightly south of me.
I'm very sure that Amazon has an office there in St. Louis.
You know what they have?
I think they do.
Right behind me.
Right.
We could put product in that warehouse. They just built it. Back over down a bit from me is probably a 10 square mile area full of these massive warehouses. When they first started going in, I thought this is great. It's employment for people, but it's not. You know, they have a crew of people that are there when the trucks come in. They unload the trucks. They reload trucks. They just don't need that many people. But from, whoever manufactures Tide is over there. Hershey's Candy's over there. I never counted them there. There's 20 or 30 of those massive warehouses. But Amazon is just finished getting built. So we have because I keep joking, I want to be the first one that has the drone deliver a package right across 111.
They're not going to deliver their knives.
We do have to pay for these things fairly quickly. Like we will buy the roll. What we're paying for is the roll and the ink. So that's what our expenses are. And if this really goes well, then yeah, I would say, okay, buy that roll, print them out, and we will ship them to Amazon and let them ship them out. But until we see whether this is going to work, we'll be doing the shipping. Otherwise, we could invest in a roll of this stuff and all the ink and just lose our money, and neither one of us have that kind of money. As a matter of fact, I have involved someone else because he will be the front money. I have $50 on UPC codes. Amazon says you have to have UPC codes. Cheapest set you can get is $250. You need $39.99 as an Amazon fee. And if you don't want to pay that up front, 99 cents per item sold. More than 40, then you're losing money. What if you sell 5,000? Now you've just given Amazon $4,950 more than you would have had to if you just paid the 49 or the 40 bucks up front. Somebody else is going to give you the front money.
I'd like to bring this back. Am I breaking up?
Yes.
A little.
Yes. Yes.
Is that any better?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. What I want to do is bring this back to what you've learned with this group and the marketing part of it. Because what you originally said was, and I'm breaking up, I don't know what's going on here. Hold on, guys.
It's okay. We can hear what you're saying. It's just static.
Okay. I don't know why. Anyway, it's a couple of different things. Not only have you learned strategy, and you've been presented a new opportunity, and from what you've learned from this group and from Vic and everything, you're now learning how to apply it to something else, which is really, really good. But the second thing that I want to talk to you about and really congratulate you about is your confidence level. That 2 months ago, you wouldn't have even thought about doing this because you didn't think you had the capability of doing it. So I want to congratulate you from where you've come to where you are now, with the hard work that you've done, with the fact that you've not only learned, but now you're implementing and putting it to use in a different area. And I just really think, the details of all this is great and dandy, but I think I just want to bring you back to the core of where you've been and where you are now. And, the fact that you have these strategies and it shows you can use this in any type of business, which is what Vic keeps telling us, whether it's online or offline. It's the strategy, it's the system of putting it together. So I just want to highlight that, and I don't want it to get lost in all the details of what's going on. So.
And the credit really goes to this group. I don't want to take anything away from Vic because I've been taking notes from his webinars for probably more than 4 years. But those notes never put all the pieces of the puzzle together for me. I don't know if any of you were, I don't remember what it was called now. The members who paid to be a part of his company, what were we called?
BIM.
Do you know about that? What?
Were you in BIM?
Yeah, but we were a different group in BIM. We go from before BIM, actually.
Network.
When he left, did anybody here go to an event in California as he was leaving Empower Network and things were not nice? Remember that?
Hush 3, yes, I was at Hush 3.
So was I.
All right. You were a
I was there.
kind of member of a HTA, were you?
Yes.
Found
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I forgot what, you know what
Yay.
I'm talking about. Well, because he didn't show up at that event, we got it for free. But other people paid as much as $2,000 to be
Yep.
that. And that was how he was going to, yeah, you're all shaking, so you must know what I'm talking about. Back to then. And when he's doing something, he has the ability to pull me in. I actually watched one of his webinars yesterday, a recording that I'd missed, and was saying to myself, that is who I'm going to be like. I am going to have that kind of power to draw you in and take you where I want you to go, with one exception. I'm going to know who the people like me are, really have given it their all, but don't know how to put those pieces together. See, I worry about the people who are coming in now and ask these questions in the Facebook page. I said, they don't have the pieces. They have this piece and this piece and this piece, and nobody's showing them how to put it together. I want to have Vic's ability to talk to you and teach you things, and he can. I'm telling you what, I've got notebook after notebook after notebook of him, but I never knew how to put the pieces together until this group told me how to put the pieces together. So I want to take what Vic has and then what you guys taught me and give that to everybody that signs up in the 4% underneath me. Because that, I don't want that to sound arrogant, but that one-ups me on Vic. I want to be able to teach like he can. I want to be able to draw people in and make them believe like he does. But then don't leave them to hang out there and dry. If they don't know how to put the pieces together, then show them. So my goal would be that I can do webinars and do the training videos. So anybody who signs up to the 4% under me, I can make sure they don't get lost in the dark.
Very good goal. Very
That's
good.
great.
Yeah,
That's
I love it. You've just discovered your why, I believe, Catherine. And I think if you write out your why and you keep it in front of you and you read it every day, it'll give you even more empowerment. And yeah, just, you know, sit down and word it, and it'll come together for you. Once you have that why, you really know that core why, it really makes a huge difference, because you're not just doing it for the fluff of it, or, you know, you're getting down to the core why. It's not, what's the first one called? The,
It's not superficial, but sort of like superficial.
Thank you. I was trying to index there. So, well, let's go on. I mean, it's almost an hour past, and we haven't even seen how everybody else is doing. So, Catherine, thank you so much for sharing that with us, and I'm so excited for you. I just think it's wonderful.
Thank you so much for everything.
Oh, you're so welcome. Lee has joined us. Lee, are you there? I know he's been really quiet.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. So since we've got you on, let's just briefly say how your week went, and then what I'm going to do is go back and we're going to talk and see what everybody has to say.
Okay.
So, how'd your week go?
My week went pretty good. I've been learning a lot, doing a lot of listening to a variety of different personal development, which is emptying out a lot of the toxic internal stuff and filling my brain, or my mind, that is, back up with premium or ultra premium unleaded, and It's been,
Lee,
yes.
can you turn off whatever is going on in the background because it's really loud?
Oh, I'm terribly, yeah, I almost forgot because I had this on mute. Sure can. 1 second, please.
That'd be great.
Let me mute it and I'll do that.
I love this group. You guys are fantastic.
I agree.
Okay, I'm hoping that's much better now.
Yes, thank you. It was hard to hear you in the background too.
Yeah, that's Bob Proctor trying to fight me for airtime. Yeah. So anyway, this week was pretty good. I kind of rediscovered Pinterest. I was messing around with that. I uploaded, a bunch of images. And one thing that I'm not sure if anybody here is doing anything on Pinterest, but it's pretty cool. Pinterest is kind of they're evolving, and I know they've already had one of these type of features that I wanted to share, which was the you can include links, include your website link or your I'm not sure how strict they are yet because I haven't really pushed the limit as far as the business thing but I did add all of my to all of my images. I added my domain, my custom domain. So that's one thing that I would suggest. If you're going to add a link, have it be a custom domain rather than using the the raw link, because sometimes and I don't think they allow anything like bit.ly, or I know they have some restrictions where they'll tell you right away as soon as you even try to push the link in there, they'll block it, or they have some kind of a warning deal that pops up. But the thing is, I added all of my Techademic free, everything that's in the Techademic back office that is part of your products. I guess it is. No, was it your products? Well, all of the training, all of the free training. So what I did was well, actually, I found out it was even a shortcut to that, because first what I was doing was I was like right click, saving the image for each portal, for each of those portals. And then I was going to use that image, upload it to Pinterest. And then under the description, that's where you can add your link. And that's where I started. But then I got this other idea because Pinterest had asked me, did I want to add the Pinterest deal to the top of my address bar. You know how they have the, I guess the shortcut or whatever, the button. So I said, okay, well, yeah, I guess I'll add the button, because it was kind of annoying because it kept popping back up, asking me, did I want to add it? So I added it. And then all of a sudden, when I went back to what I was doing before, which was going to click on the, right click, save my image, and then, take it back out of the file and then upload to Pinterest and add the link. As soon as I went to do that, the Pinterest little button appeared on my Techademics pictures. And then I clicked on it and asked me, did I want to add it? So it was like, what? Are you serious? So I tried one, and then, because I'd already set up my my Pinterest has different niches and different, I have like hand carved furniture, for instance, or travel, or they give you all of these different things that you can, whatever your passion or whatever your interest is or whatever, you can create a board. And so I created a board for I'm not sure what, I can't just recall what which one I created for this for Techademics, but it has something to do with technology or something, obviously, but I don't remember the name. But I was able to click that button, and then it took me from Techademics directly to Pinterest, and the whole thing was there, the image, And so all I had to do was to change, because what happens is when you do that, the Techademics portal goes from their site to Pinterest, and their URL is actually already embedded in the little dialog box. So you have to change that out into yours. And so once you do that, you just scroll down, or if you don't have but one subject, you just click pin, and it'll take the image and the link into that part of your Pinterest. And then I went back and checked it, and I mean, it was like, wow, this is excellent. So I built my whole little Techademics board. And then also after I did that, I said, well, hey, why not? I'm going to see if it'll allow me to use my funnel as well. So I did the same thing with my funnel. So now my funnel's in there, and it's really cool. So now they can, and then from there, you can socially share it right from Pinterest. I mean, I think you can do Twitter, you can do Google Plus, you can do, was it LinkedIn or?
Lee,
Yes.
What we want to do right now is just kind of go down the line and see how everybody's week went. And I'm really interested, as well as others, in what you're doing. And
yes,
have you share your screen in a little bit and actually show us what you're talking about? Because I, for one, am lost, because I don't know how to do Pinterest at all.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to go too far. You did say that initially, just to say how my week went. So yeah, I was just, I was getting, I was going way deep. And
yeah, no, you're excited.
Yeah, and it was definitely, yeah. Okay.
What I'd like to do is, I'd like to have you share your screen, but also maybe we could plan on next week. You could give us a lesson in Pinterest, because I've tried to go into Pinterest multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to set anything up in there, and maybe you could give us a lesson. And
okay.
That,
now,
I know it would be helpful for me. I would think it would be for other people too.
Okay, now, yeah, let me ask you this though. Will it work? Will the screen share work without my webcam? Because that's why, my picture is static, because I don't have the webcam on this PC that I'm on right now. So I can try, but I'm not sure, since you can't see me, with the video not working.
Well, that's true. Do you have a webcam at all that you could put on?
Yeah, the only thing is I have an Orbit webcam, but it goes to a different, when I moved, I had to break down my studio, and I had everything all really, orchestrated and put together, but this new location I'm in, I don't have the PC that I work off of. This is my custom built one, and I don't have a webcam right now for that. But the other laptop that I have, it functions. The thing is, my webcam I have, it's not compatible with this custom built PC that I have. So I have to try to get my my other little laptop, which it is compatible with, and maybe I'll have that ready, but I don't think it's going to be ready today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then why don't we plan on you doing it next week? And then maybe you'll have more results that you can tell us. Is that okay with everybody? Because would the rest of you be interested in learning about what he's doing as well?
Totally.
Yeah, because what you're saying, yes, I'm really interested in, but I don't understand what you're saying at all.
Oh, okay. Well, it took me a minute. It took me a minute to get it too, so I get it. So yeah, that's fine. I'll do what I can to try to make sure that I can get some progress made on this, because that was another challenge this week. So I just kind of didn't want to waste much more time on it, and I just kind of figure I'll get it done later.
Well, again, I think it's a great area. It's another area that we have not been pursuing, and like I say, I've gone in and tried to just do some simple pins in the past, not having to do with this, but I don't even, I can't figure out how to work it. So, you know, I
Yeah.
just,
I'll see if I can get this thing going, or even maybe what I can do is maybe try to record. I have the screencast thing, and I can even try to record something and then include a share link to that. And you know, even if I
Okay.
can, yeah, that would work.
one other thing I know that you did do, if you would like to share with everybody, is you did purchase traffic this week. Do you want to tell them how that turned out?
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, yeah, I purchased 200 clicks from a guy I know from another internet deal that we were both in, and I had, you know, some pretty decent results for my first run. I actually got a sale, which was always, you know, it's always good to
His first sale.
Yep, the first
Oh,
sale. So
congratulations.
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was pretty cool. So and then I had you know, I think 45 out of 200 clicks. I had 45 opt-ins, and I had 13 tech-academic ambassadors, and then the one sale for 4%. I think those were my numbers, if I'm recalling correctly.
Nice.
That's great. That's great. Well,
Yeah.
let's move on to Garen.
Yeah, it's been a great week. I completed a series of how-to videos for my clients. There's 11 videos, how to set up your shared funnel. I also, I got my Money This Week funnel set up last night. Also, I've been coaching Marlon, and you know, Marlon's been in internet marketing for about 3-4 months. I got a message from her yesterday. Because I send her videos, and I said, watch Vic's videos because you want to be able to, you know, put your shared funnel together. I got a message from her yesterday. You got any gold stars over there? I just set up my funnel watching Vic. So that was really an awesome feeling for me. So I said I've got 8 gold stars, 8 for completion.
That's great.
Yeah, it was really awesome. And I've been in Lee is been doing a lot of the inner work, reading The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, doing some of the other techniques to work on the subconscious, and doing a lot of serious study on Facebook. You know, just developing my marketing muscle here. I'm just getting into some serious study and ready to rock and roll with things. I've pretty much put together my content site. I've just been the last couple of days working on my privacy policy to include retargeting ads. So I'm getting that together and almost understanding how to use the Google URL builder for tracking. So those are my 2 main focus right now. Policy in terms of service. I've already set up a campaign for Facebook to run a post-page engagement ad. Just waiting to have, you know, my funnel ready to receive it. So I'm getting closer to testing that out. But I've got all my banners on my pages and have more content to add to that site. And also I just need to shoot a welcome video for the homepage, and I'll be good to go. So it's been a great week.
Sounds like you've accomplished a lot.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You know, I figure I think I mentioned it to you, Sharon, that I'm in serious study mode, and I know that I'm going to be studying more than maybe 90% of the people in the 4% group. I'm just getting into it. And we've got, you know, Vic is optimizing the funnels to convert at its highest, you know, as high as possible. Yeah, and I want to be ready for that. So just serious study, both inner and external.
That's great.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Thanks, Karen. Lucinda, how'd your week go?
Okay, I'm back on. I remembered this time. It's been an interesting week. I've been to the doctors, and I always insist that if I go for tests that I go to Women's College Hospital. And I was there for an ultrasound, and they had a big sign on the wall that said, have an extra big MRI machine, and also you don't even need an appointment to go. Last one, I believe it took me 6 months to get an appointment, and you just get a referral from the doctor. Now I'm going to phone first rather than do that, because that, you never know, it could be a really busy day. But I've been doing a lot more studying, and I'm getting more on my own physical. The new product that I'm promoting is already starting to help me, but I'll reserve that for another month or so. My doctor says that I have lost 5 pounds in the past 3 weeks, so that part's good. I've been really working on getting my funnel set up, and bless Garen, he sent me these wonderful videos on how to set up. In between his and Vic's, I got my funnel set up. Now, where it says you click on to find out if it's likely to head up into spam, and I did that. I'm using a Gmail address for a reason, is that I found out, I'm just putting it in there temporarily, because when I went to set up with one of the emails I have, now that I've switched over to SiteGround, I couldn't find it. I don't know. I'm just finding that I'm really not very happy with the changes, and it's causing me a lot more extra work. But anyway, the spam thing said that it was most likely that it would not be put into my spam folder. And of course, it mentioned the Gmail account. So when I sent the test to me, every single one of them went into my spam folder. So now I have definite proof you definitely don't want to use Gmail, Yahoo, or anything like that in your from and to. So when I finally get caught up with SiteGround, I'll be changing the address in there, and then I'm quite sure they're going to go out just fine. So I've been more into the study mode now. I'm really enthusiastic about promoting what we're doing now in 4% group, which I was not before this. So anyway, I'm really very determined. I know this is going to work well. I have a few people I'm pretty sure are coming in, and as soon as I send them the link, hopefully I'll be getting some sign-ups just from people I know. I'm now getting ready that in another week or so, I want to really start studying a lot more about the advertising online. So anyway, I want to say that Garen did a wonderful job on those videos. They're really easy to understand. And I'm really happy with them, and thank you. And it's just wonderful to be in this group. You know, everybody here is so helpful. And I just want to say especially to Catherine, when we mentioned about people who are here should be involved in the group, I saw you practically freak out thinking that we wanted you out of the group. And my thought at the time was, of the new people who has less experience in it, I don't think of anyone that's been doing as well as Catherine. And just what you've done with your how you've set up your websites and everything in the time frame you've done it is really, really remarkable. So if you want to get into the Amazon game, I think you'll do really, really well.
That's great, Lucinda.
Thank
Hey,
you
at
very
least,
much, Lucinda.
at least, yeah, at least autoresponders firing. You got all of those 4. They went to spam because of the Gmail, but you know that it's firing for you. That's a good sign for your funnel. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Lucinda.
Well, I'd like to share my week with you. It's been an interesting week. When I was thinking about doing the hangout today, I thought I don't really have much to share because I didn't think I did much this week. But now that I think about it, I actually have. Catherine's been a huge inspiration to me for redoing my website, and so is Garen. And I had Anne and Renee look at my pages that I had put together for my help for online marketers, and they did not like them. And I wasn't crazy about it either, but it was, a beginning. So I made some changes, and then I talked to Garen, and he sent me a template, and I'm kind of modeling that and trying to do it. But I think my website looks crummy. I keep thinking about Catherine's, how pretty it looks and how good it looks, and I'm like, okay. So I've been working with that, and adding and subtracting and doing all kinds of stuff. So I'm still working on it, and hopefully I'll have it, up and looking better and to my satisfaction, because right now I don't like it, but it's a work in progress. So I'm okay with that because I'm learning all kinds of stuff as I'm doing it. So that's taken a lot of time. I also ran traffic this week, and one of the things I wanted to tell you all was the mistake that I made. And I did a solo ad, and I used the same person that Lee used because he got such good results from it. But I made the mistake of using the link directly from the 4% back office. And because I used that link, I did not collect any emails. So I got people into Techademics, but I didn't get any emails collected. However, in Techademics, they do have their emails, and once they get everything up and going, which they said should be this week or next week, I'll be able to copy and paste those and put them into my Get Response. So that is a saving grace for me. But what you should do, like I have a domain, a custom domain for mastermindeducationforyou.com. And so I ran a second bunch of traffic to that one, and I was able to collect their email addresses. And I have 30 people in my Techademics back office now for signups. And I've got over 50 emails collected. And yesterday, 2 days ago, yesterday, I went into ClickBank just to check on it because I go in there every once in a while. And for October 5th, it said sale and rebill, and it had $44. And I'm like, I'm so confused by ClickBank that I'm like, did I make a new sale, or is this just a couple of rebills for something? I couldn't quite figure it out. But excuse me, I went into my 4% back office, and it's showing another person. So I really got another sale. A real sale. I have no idea where it's come from. I don't know if it was from, when I purchased the traffic, if it's from there. I've also been doing posts on Twitter. So I've been doing a lot of stuff on that and putting my links. So I don't know if it's come from there.
Who cares? It's a sale.
I know, but it's a sale, but I'd like to know where it came
but
from.
you'd like to track it. Yeah, we definitely would like to track them. Yeah, exactly. But obviously that's ecstatic. I love it.
Well, the thing that makes this super special is because I don't know this person, and the sales that I've gotten previously are from people that I know, that have signed up. And this is a complete stranger. So I'm just like, hallelujah.
Awesome. No,
So,
that's great. That's great.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So I'm like, okay, there's my proof. You know, all these people on the Facebook group, they're like, oh, this works, you know.
Yeah.
And so I've just been putting my links out all over the place. And you know, like I say, I have no idea, but I did get a sale from somebody I don't know. So I think that's like the coolest thing.
Hey Sharon, did
So-
you go when you went into Techademics for your Techademics ambassadors? Remember I said if you kind of like hover your mouse over those little bubbles, and their email actually is visible. And I don't know if that's the extent to where they're going to say that, you know, we told you guys we're gonna, you know, you'd be able to find out who's, you know,
Right.
your ambassador members or whatever. But yeah, you might not be able to copy and paste it, but you know, maybe just hover over it, and you know, maybe you can just, you know, transcribe it.
Well, that's true. It's supposed to do that, but mine wasn't working. So I'm in touch with Techademics, and they said that they were reporting it, and it should be fixed in a couple of days. So I'll have access to that. So I was like, okay, you know, at least I've got a resource to do it. But
Yeah, track those other ones too. Yeah.
Yeah, I have 3 members that are not listed on there yet. That, you know, I've been working on it for 2 months, trying to get it on there. And
right. Yeah, I don't know if I told you.
it wasn't
I don't know
there.
if I told you that they did find what was it? They found 2 or 3 of mine, and they put them in my ambassador thing, but there's still a couple missing. So, you know, I don't know if we'll ever locate them, but yeah.
Yeah, they're working on it, and I had 2 accounts, which was one of the issues, and so they're combining the accounts and supposedly putting the people under me where they belong. So that's cool. But yeah, I had a good week. I've had a ton of interruptions with everything that's been going on here. We have, you know, our friend is staying with us, rehabbing still. She'll be here till the 26th. And so there's a lot of stuff that comes up. And but, you know, I've had a really good week. I've also been reading The Millionaire Mind. Yeah, Millionaire Mind, from T. Harv Eker. And I've read it before, and I actually went to his seminar, which was a 2-day seminar. And I loved it when I was there, but you know, it's been a couple of years now, and it kind of went away. So in rereading the book, I found, even though I've read it before and attended the seminar, it's like hitting home a lot more than it did before. And I'm actually sitting down and, you know, doing the different exercises and stuff that he's suggesting that you do. But I just found it quite interesting the way the mind works, and that basically in the beginning of the book, what he's saying is we hear things and we see things. We see the way people act and react to money, with money situations, and we subconsciously adopt those. But what he teaches in that book is that we are not that what we have observed or thought to be true, and that we can change it. And it's just a matter of raising our consciousness and then making a choice as to how we choose to live our lives, how we choose to work with our finances. And it's pretty amazing, the stuff that you learn in that book. And you know, and he gives a lot of examples of how you can relate to people that are rich. So it's rich versus poor mind thought. And so if you haven't recommended, I know Vic recommended that we read that, and also You Were Born Rich. and we were supposed to be reading those 2 books. But again, just reading it, I just thought it was really thought-provoking, much more this time for some reason than it has been before. So if you haven't read it, I'd suggest you do.
Yeah, I'm experiencing the same thing. Rereading it again, it's much more impactful, and really focusing on the analogy of the results that we're getting being the fruits of a tree,
Yes.
and the focus is to go work on the roots. So I've been doing that and focusing on that because I know that's what it's the invisible that makes the visible.
Yep.
And it's great because we can change these things. I recognize now some of the subconscious things that I was raised around money and so like that, and it predominantly focusing on lack.
Yep.
And so it's great to just get to have the guidance, and I find him just so funny. And
Yes.
I've been to 2 of his Millionaire Mind intensives with him running it, and it's just like really powerful. But I went, Janet and I went about a year ago, and it's not quite as impactful as it was back when I had gone it. It seemed like it was watered down somewhat, same principles, but just didn't quite have the substance like when T. Harv Eker was doing those. But yeah, very powerful book. I'm really benefiting from it and enjoying it immensely.
Yeah, me too. When my 30 minutes is up, I want to just keep reading. So it's like, okay. So it's yeah, it also explains how we put limitations on ourselves. Like somebody, he gives a lot of different examples, but somebody will say, I want to hit, $50,000, in a couple of months or whatever, or 50,000 in a year or 100,000 in a year, or whatever. And they reach that, and sometimes they'll get bonuses and they'll go over that amount, but they always go back down to that amount. They always find a way to spend the money so they only have like $100,000. And the reason that they do that is because that's your set point. Whatever your set point is, you can reach it, but if you go beyond it, your subconscious mind will figure out a way to get rid of the excess and bring you back down to your set point until you change that set point. So, and he tells you how to do all that stuff. So I just thought it was really interesting, and I really enjoyed in the beginning of the book. He talks about, what language did you hear as a child about money? And he gives you a bunch of different examples, and then later you're supposed to write it all out. And I'm like, yeah, check that one off. Yep, check that one off. No, didn't hear that. Which I really thought was cool because when I was checking them off, it was always more about lack of money, but it was never that money is evil or, money isn't good or anything like that. It was just a lack of money. That was like the predominant theme in my family, was that we had very little, but they were very good about making it spread. So, and always saving, always saving for a rainy day. And, I'm not made of money. Or, like I have this beautiful orange tree in I should show you. I'm going to point this, see if you can see this out the window. Can you see that? There's an orange tree out there.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's huge.
Yeah, that is huge.
So now I look at my orange tree and just think it's my money tree. It's just my money tree because all those oranges are just rolled up dollar bills.
Yeah, love it.
A lot of juicy money out there.
That's right. That's right. So, I'm learning how to harvest it, let me tell you. So the other thing, when I went into ClickBank, I have over $300 this month in ClickBank that I'm going to get paid. So I was like really happy with that too. So had a good week overall. A lot, really good.
Great job.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Yeah. So I don't know where you guys want to go from here. I really want to hear more about Lee with the Pinterest, but without a camera, it's kind of hard to follow what you're saying. So where do you guys want to go from here? Do you want to talk about the new funnels that Vic is putting out?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
I just want to share right quick what I did is because I was very confused at first because the video was actually saying that there was going to be a text only link and a video link. So at that point in time, before I found out that they had taken it down, I was kind of like bugging out because I thought it was something wrong with my system, or either I was being punished from the universe. I just couldn't figure out what was going on. Why was mine the only one that the video was missing? So then I forgot. Oh yeah, I think I reached out to somebody. I think I reached out to my friend Tom, and he's like, I asked him to go into his 4% and see if it was there. And then he showed me a screenshot and it wasn't there. So I said, "Oh, okay, you're cursed too. That's fine." So we're both stuck in purgatory, marketer's purgatory, whatever. But he was like, "Yeah, well, where's mine?" So then he messaged me back and he said, "Hey, just go to links and the videos in links." So I said, "Oh." So I said, "Well, I hadn't gone to links yet." So I looked and I was like, "Okay, cool. So my video's there, but is this the video that's on the other side of that, the landing page?" I thought maybe the landing page had its own videos, connected to it. But I said, "Well, forget it. I'm not going to wait," because first I had messaged Paul, I messaged support. And so I messaged Paul back and I said, "Hey, Paul," because he hadn't answered me yet. So I said, "Hey, Paul, forget about it, man." I said, "I appreciate it, brother, but I'm good. I'm going to figure this out on my own." So later on, actually this morning, he gave me the thumbs up. And after watching the journey last night, that was a good thing, because I just put my MacGyver hat on and I just said, well, I'm going to go back to ClickFunnels. I'm going to put my landing page, I have my landing page filled in there. And so, because I said, well, let me go in and I'll put the URL for the video from 4% in the redirect. So I did that, and first I had a time with that because I think I was having issues with the copy paste thing again. Either don't right click, do right click. So I was kind of confused on that, but I mismatched them, and it finally worked. So then I started just saying, well, hey, let me just, at least I have something to work with. I'm working with this. So that's when I said, well, I'm just going to just start putting stuff out there in the universe, and I think I've gotten maybe 12 clicks. I don't know if I have any opt-ins from those yet because I haven't looked at that data yet. But anyway, that's all I was going to say on that. I just took action. I don't know. I just felt like I had to do something because Vic said that we were supposed to be getting this optimized one, sometime today, and then we'll be able to run with that one. So I'll probably just interchange them, or like Vic was saying the other night. Actually, he mentioned that when he said that he had to take it down and do some optimization. Just figure some stuff out, go in and, mismatch stuff, play with stuff, change it around or whatever. So I was like, okay, great. That's what I like, man. It's just, Vic is that action taker, and he just says, just don't stress about this stuff. Just do something, But that's my story. I just was saying, I just felt like I couldn't sit still. I had to do something. So that's what I went into my MacGyver moment. I just said, I'm just going to, connect one to another, and see what works, whatever.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's good, Lee. Thanks.
Yeah.
So as far as the new videos go, I know it's been because Vic's making all these changes for the funnels, and obviously changes for the better. Garen and I were talking about, his strategy of saying, click here and see if you qualify to even join. And I think that's a great strategy because, a lot of times when people think that they can't have something, then that's when they want it even more. And so it's kind of a psychological thing as well, but it's also really a true qualifying thing because, like Vic said, if people are willing to go through the videos and then click on it at the end to see if they do qualify, those are the people that we want, because we don't want just anybody. We want people that are going to be involved in that aren't. We don't want people that are just looking for something free. We want people that is going to be able to put the work in and make something. Because as you put people underneath you, again, you want people to thrive, and when they thrive, then you thrive as well. So getting the right people in our groups is exciting, I think. But as far as the new funnels go, they're giving us the clone so we can just clone it and put it into ClickFunnels, and then we can make those changes and stuff. Has anybody done any split testing on the funnels?
No, I personally have not yet. I have not done that, but that's what I'm looking forward to. That'll be my inaugural, started doing the split testing, but we'll see. Just got to get some books for some advertising, and then, to get the actual real numbers. I think, didn't they say something about on average we're supposed to do like a 300 click to actually get real data to know whether or not to dump a campaign or not. Like don't dump a campaign unless you've actually sent at least 300 people to it, so that you can actually get enough data on it to make that decision instead of jumping the gun, because you might dump a $1 million campaign just because it didn't produce that first week because maybe it was the time you sent it out, or that's another thing too, is learning the times that people open up emails as opposed to the times that they're kind of like dormant or not really interested in any kind of, like, the time of the month that people are actually interested in trying something different, as opposed to right around like Monday when they're depressed or whatever. Like this some kind of like hidden psychology to when people like to open their emails. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't made any variations on the MTW landing page yet. What I did do was just kind of shrink it a little bit so that you can see the call to action button above the fold, and the little type that says below it, video will be sent to blah, blah, blah. So that's all I did with the initial landing page. And then the way that I think I'm going to split test, that'll be the fastest for me, is just make two variations, use the same color palette, but change it around a bit. So let's say that instead of the gray background with the red band going around it, maybe that's a white background. And just change some of the color relationships, but use the same colors in two other variations. Don't change the copy, just change the color. And so that's how I think I'll run the first test.
One thing, when I talked to Anne the other day, she said on not this funnel, but the first funnel, she went in and changed the call to action button and the headline, I guess it was, from the orange to green. And she got, on the original, she got like a 28% opt-in, and when she changed it to green, she got 30-some percent. So just by changing the color, she got a better opt-in rate. So
yeah, that's awesome. So I think that what else, I test next, split test, is either the headline, and do 3 variations of that once they get the color that's performing the best, and then we can change the call to action button.
yeah.
Test different things. Yeah, but one thing at a time.
It would be really interesting if we kind of did it as a group too, and maybe somebody try one thing and another person try another thing, and then bring the information together and as a group. to see what works the best.
Sure. Sure. Happy to do that.
So like somebody could work on a headline, somebody could work on color schemes. Would you guys all be willing to do that?
Sharon, what I'm wondering is there someplace else besides ClickMagick to do all these split testing?
Well, right on ClickFunnels, you can do it.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's super easy. You just click on it, and it says if you want to split test, and you can split it as many times as you want to change those. Yeah, it's really easy.
Yeah, ClickFunnels is phenomenal. They're just
Yeah.
actually, they even collect the email data from your campaign. So, it's kind of like, even though GetResponse does it, ClickFunnels, also collects that data as well. So, and then actually, I think there's a part of that where you can actually do your email marketing. I think I'm almost certain that you can do the same thing, kind of like the same functionality that GetResponse has.
Yeah, that's I think in the 297 package. I don't know if that's
Actionetics.
Actionetics.
Yeah.
So that's why
okay.
it's. I think this is why Vic chose ClickFunnels, not only for the shared funnel aspect, but for the expansion of what Russell Brunson has in his mind for ClickFunnels, what's its ability to do. Because when we get to the website, it says abandon your website. Get rid of your autoresponder. You don't need that anymore. We can put it all together for you. So I really like that aspect of ClickFunnels. And then when I move up to that 290, other people will move up to the 297. Then it's 40% of 297 instead of 97.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Powerful stuff.
It really has a lot to offer. If you go and read what Actionetics does, it's well worth the money. It's just a matter of getting yourself to that price point, and what it is getting enough people signed up. It's the picks and shovels. So when you get enough people signed up with them, it'll pay for itself. So, that's the beauty of this whole system. It's just in the beginning, it's, a little more difficult until you start getting people signed up with them.
Yeah.
So, but the new funnel, what do you think of the new funnel versus the old funnel? Have you all watched it through all the way?
Yeah, the Make Money This Week funnel. Yes, I watched that in its entirety. I plan on watching it again. The only thing that I was surprised about was that I think Vic skipped over the affiliate 50% commission for 4%. I thought that maybe that would have been a great, injection, because, where initially I think some people have that,
I think that's a great point, Lee.
Yeah, that's a very good draw. I mean, because then, I was just sharing with someone I was speaking to on the phone last night about it, because, how sometimes people's knee-jerk reaction is, well, how much is it? And how much how much is everything? So I itemized it for them, because, sometimes I just tell people to, what, or get off the pot, because it's like, I'm not here to, sugarcoat this, and I'm not trying to hype this. This is not about hype. This is very simple, and it's to get you results. But I'm not going to be responsible for your success. So I'm not trying to convince you, because the person kept using that word convince. Well, you don't have to convince me. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just trying to share the information that you asked me for, but you keep cutting me off and interrupting me when, as soon as I said, ClickFunnels is $97 a month. The 4% group subscription membership is $49 a month. ClickMagick, $17 a month. Well, why? Well, we shouldn't have to pay for that too, since hold on, excuse me. It's not about you. This is about your people that you're going to be bringing in, that you're going to be getting commission from, just like the person ahead of you is getting commission from. But these are your tools. These are essential things that you need for your business. But if I can't finish, but the person was like, you know, not thinking about the fact that, you know, it's an investment, and plus you have a return on investment potentially when someone signs with you. So, and like I assured them, man, this is if you just go look at the video, you'll see it's not me in that video as a testimonial. So you can see how many different people have gotten results from a variety of different degrees of being involved in the internet. Some of them for the first time, some of them that have been on for a long time, and just for the first time ever getting a commission. So, you know, these are real people. So why not you? You know, and you know, it's a person that I knew, so they can't say that, oh, I'm financially secure, I don't need help. It's like, you know, BS. You, yes, you do. Hello, I know you. You need help. So, you know, don't even try to pretend that on that end of it, you know, and trying to sound smarter when you don't even have a clue what this is doesn't work either. But that's like a lot of times that's the impression that a lot of times, you know, I get from people, that they already know what this is and they've already judged it and that sort of thing. So, but I thought that would have been a good thing for Vic to mention, because then that kind of like takes a little bit of that, it just lessens the doubt a little bit more about could they actually do this, or why should they do this, and or what's in it for me, kind of like thing, you know, which most people are sometimes getting in that mode. First off, it's like, well, what's in it for me? Well, what's in it for you is this $49 subscription fee is actually commissionable, because you become an affiliate as well as a member of the 4%. You know, I know, you know, maybe Vic, you know, he maybe just didn't feel like that was relevant or something like that. But I just thought, you know, when I was watching the video, I was like, wow, he didn't even mention that. So that's just like an extra, you know, it's just an extra bonus when you do that.
Did you contact support and mention that? Because he asked for people's input, and as important as that is, I think he could have just forgotten.
Yeah, I think I will. I know I hadn't done that at all. I think it was late or whatever, and it just dawned on me after, you know, it wasn't right when I watched it, but when I was thinking about, you know, about everything that I watched, I was thinking, wow, did he? No, and then I thought to myself, no, I don't think he even mentioned that. So I guess that would be a cherry on top when the person came in and go, wait, I can, you know, make money. But maybe that would have been something that he might have wanted to mention prior to, you know, give him
for sure.
He's tweaking all those videos still. So that's why he's really wanting input from people as to what they think. And you know, he may have just missed it because he said it so many times. He may have thought he said it, but he didn't.
Okay, yeah, I sure will. I'll send him a private message.
Yeah, that would be good. Because I was kind of watching it on and off. I didn't get to sit down all at one time to watch the whole. Well, that's not true. The second time I did, but I didn't notice that he didn't put that in there. But yeah, I'll sit down and watch it again.
Yeah.
See
it's really good.
Yeah, I saw that he was pointing out that the $49 a month is a special for pre-launch, and that the price has now gone up to $249 a month, and that there is a special that you can get in for the $49 if you get in within the first 24 hours.
Yeah, that was on there, but he didn't mention the commission part, I don't think. The 50% commission.
I've watched so many, I'm not sure which ones. I know he did mention it on several of them.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, I don't recall him saying about the $49 commission for the whole presentation. And then the second video after that, where he explains to the user what they're going to get once they're in the $49 4% group, I think is really good. But I think that $49 commission, like you say, we could be another incentive or cherry on the top kind of deal. And I'll go ahead and send an email to support too, that I was in my mastermind this morning, and one of the members, Lee Casso, brought up the idea, and it made sense to us. I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of what we observed.
Yeah, you think maybe that they can still, well, I guess, yeah, technology, they can still edit it in or something.
Yeah, or he's always tweaking, right? If that one thing, is like a 10% difference, it's
Right.
optimizing. He's trying to
Yeah.
get these to 50% conversion.
Yeah, that's right. He did say
Um,
that.
yeah, so I think it's a really important element that could, potentially increase conversion rates.
Yeah, I do too. I think that because I didn't notice it, so kudos to you.
So we can all send an email to support on that. So and voice that
Okay.
that observation by Lee.
Yeah, thank
That would
you.
be
So
good.
are you saying that the price should stay at $49 a month rather than raising it to $249? Is that what you're saying?
No, no,
No.
I was
No.
basically just, I was saying as far as, yeah, to incentivize a little bit more as far as to get the person to understand that even though it's a $49 a month subscription fee, that they would actually become an affiliate by paying that $49 a month. It actually allows them to now refer the 4% group to new potential members. And with that, if they do come in and join under that person they're coded to, then that person will receive a 50% commission, which, basically comes out, translates to about $23 a month, residual income or passive income for them. So
What I see is that you are talking about it as being $49 a month when actually it's now $249 a month, and there is a special that you can get in for $49 if you apply within the first 24 hours.
yeah,
So really important to let people know that the price is now $240 a month, and that
yeah,
Yeah, I think that would be great. He could rephrase it by saying, whatever the membership is that you get in at it, it's commissionable at
At
50%.
50%.
yes,
Yeah.
right. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that works. Um,
I have seen some comments from a number of people online that they're really ticked off at them keeping the $49 price because they want higher commission. There's different opinions from different people.
yeah. While I have you guys here, and I wanted to bring up, I'm going to be leaving at the end of the month to go back to Texas. That I do that every year. And last year it wasn't an issue because JJ was running everything. But Renee and I are the only ones that know how to do these Hangouts. And so I'd really like to encourage some of the rest of the people in our group to learn how to do these, because like Renee had things that she had to do with her kids today. And so, I did anyway, but it would be nice to have some other backups for other people to learn how to do it. And it's also a really good skill to have. So when you get people under you, you know how to do a Hangout for yourself as well. So I'd really encourage you, the people that are here as well as people that aren't, to think about it. And, we wrote out the directions on how to do it. And it's basically like doing a Google Hangout, but it's just a little bit different. So think about it and let us know. I'm going to have to ask Renee because I don't know what my schedule is going to be in Texas. And I try not to miss any of these, but I know I do have some classes scheduled, and it's 2 hours later there than what it is here. So I don't know at this point, I don't know when those classes are going to be. And so I don't know what my availability, and if Renee can't do it, then there just won't be one unless somebody else takes over.
I'll back up.
Okay.
Also, in Facebook, today, yesterday, the day before, Janet and I were getting, those memory photos 1 year ago.
Yes.
We were at High Traffic Academy in Huntington Beach 1 year ago.
Wow.
That's how this Mastermind form was out of that. That sure went fast, didn't it?
Yes, it did. It did. I know. Bless JJ for starting this group. And Ben is the one that actually put our Facebook page together. He was brilliant. He put it together in no time at all, and he gave us a ton of phenomenal information.
Yeah, Ben
And
was awesome.
yeah, I would love it if Ben could start joining us again.
Well, he's working for ClickFunnels.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he works for ClickFunnels, like in an important position at
Wow.
ClickFunnels. That's great.
I didn't know that. But yeah, hopefully some of our original members, will be able to start joining us again. I had a texting conversation with Jason, and he, he's been working, so that's why he hasn't been able to join us. But he's following Jason now, and just happy as he can be. Said he's getting really good results with what he's doing with Jason. And when I get stuff from Jason and HTA, I just click off of it, because it's like I can't absorb anymore. So I made my choice, went with Vic, but I'm really happy for Jason that he made the choice that he did. And
yeah, that's great.
He said he's doing quite well. Yeah, I think it's good.
So happy
So,
for you. Yeah.
So does anybody else have any last minute things they want to discuss or ask a question about? Because it's getting almost 10:30 and we need to cut it.
Yeah, because I was just I got to get going too. But yeah, no, I just want to tell you guys, keep it going. Everything's, looking good. We got some things, supposed to be a pretty significant weekend for us as well with this latest development. So all I can do is wonder if I ever need sleep again. I think I'm gonna hawk my pillow and my blanket on eBay, so try to get some extra money for advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Anyway,
Okay.
I love you guys, and I'll check you guys later.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Lee.
Aloha, everyone. Thanks, Sharon.
Okay, so we'll see you all next week.
Aloha, Lucinda.
Yes. Thank you very much, Sharon. You've been just a rock here. It's amazing what you've been doing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So you have a good week, and we'll talk to everybody next week.